From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, the party that promised to regulate the media if voted to power is slowly beginning to display its super emergency mindset. This morning, Rahul Gandhi unleashed his goons to block Republic TV, and we were told nobody can dare question Rahul Gandhi without prior permission. Leave that aside. The real issue is one which nobody in the Lutyens media is talking about. The clear clause in the Congress party manifesto that if the Congress comes to power, there'll be complete government control over what is reported. Statutory regulation is what has been promised. Shockingly, everyone in the Lutyens media seems to be okay with it. We here at Republic are not. And in a minute, we debate.
On The Debate tonight, the so-called champions of free speech have unleashed an unrelenting attack on the media.
Mr. Gandhi, ED has named Ahmed Patel in charge sheet, Augusta Wetland case. Mr. Gandhi, Rahul ji, would you like to respond?
क्या कर रहे हो यार? ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हो? आपको बुलाया है क्या? You invite them to come क्या? Why? आपको परमिशन था क्या? पूछ रहे हम लोग। ऐसा नहीं करना। आज तक क्या allowed ही नहीं आप?
Rahul Gandhi has given us a trailer of what it's going to be like for the media if the Congress manages to come to power. They want to regulate the media, amend the Press Council Act and enforce a code of conduct. But we are not surprised. They've blocked the media at press conferences. Their leaders have unleashed goons at our legal editors. They've snatched mics and hurled abuses when confronted with tough questions.
Disconnect my mic, sir. How dare you disconnect my mic, sir?
It's all a reminder of the emergency mindset and the darkest phase in Indian history. Shockingly, Lutyens media has gone silent. Republic tonight declares it'll fight this media super emergency the Congress wants to impose. Let's debate.
Sanjeev Srivastava, Suman Siraman, Shahid Siddiqui, Rakesh Sinha, Chitra Subramaniam, and Tom Wadakan. I want to begin with a disclosure. I will disclose details of a meeting that were held in the presence of Ambika Soni when she was the Minister for Information and Broadcasting. I'm sorry to Ms. Ambika Soni if she thinks I'm revealing details of an internal conversation that was had, but I think as a journalist it is important for me to reveal exactly what happened. Well, as a member of a broadcasters association, I was asked to attend a meeting at the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. This happened around 2012-2013, Sanjeev and Shahid Siddiqui ji. There were about 3 or 4 of us from the Broadcasters Association. The entire top bureaucracy of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting was there, the Joint Secretaries, the then Secretary, and I'm willing to go on record about this meeting, and the Minister was there in the meeting as well. Now, you are all aware, at that point of time, the Congress government was facing severe charges of corruption, 2013. Ambika Soni was in the meeting. It was good cop, bad cop role playing. But what happened in the meeting was that the government says we are willing to consider giving statutory authority to the broadcasting body. And we then, in the broadcasting body, said we will never allow silent government takeover of broadcasting bodies by getting a government permission for it. Because all of us are completely aware that the moment government gives you permission for something, the government can also take it away. And there is no free lunch, Shahid Siddiqui. If tomorrow the government says, I give you the authority to punish people on my behalf, then you're basically becoming a government agency. There is no self-regulatory spirit there. And we fought it. And any sensible journalist out there knows, Shahid Siddiqui, you do, that if the Press Council of India becomes a government body, if the News Broadcasters Association becomes a government body, if it has statutory powers and statutory control, there is no free media in India, because then the Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting can tell you what to report or not report. That we have fought. We have fought it, Shahid Siddiqui. You're senior to me, both of you. But we have fought it too. I'm amazed today. Amazed and shocked, I was thinking this morning. I was waiting 2 days since the Congress manifesto. Not one word in the entire Lutyens media questioning the Congress manifesto's decision to end free media in India by saying, we will amend the Press Council of India Act and we will empower, as the government, the council to deal with problems in news. Who are you here? You are the government, we are the media, we were supposed to be separate. Complete attempt to regulate the media. I'm only giving a long introduction. I'm asking you now, Shahid Siddiqui, why is nobody talking about it? This is going to be the end of the media in India. It will be a super emergency of a new kind. Why is everyone quiet about it?
Arnab, people are quiet because they know that Congress is not coming to power and Rahul is not going to be the Prime Minister, number one. Number two, you and me, in fact, I stood up against emergency, and you remember when Rajiv Gandhi tried to bring anti-defamation bill in, I think, 88, when we marched at India Gate, when we came out very strongly against it. There were many efforts in the past to give more power to Press Council of India, and we always opposed that because Press Council of India is there to defend us,
yes,
not to curtail our freedom, and we have always stood up against that, and we will. And nobody can control media in this country. In this country, media is backed by the people of the nation. And in this age of new technology of social media, it is just impossible to control it. And if Congress or BJP or anybody thinks that they can control media, they are living in fool's paradise.
But they said it.
Media will come out, and media has many shades. But media cannot have one shade, and therefore those shades will emerge the truth.
But I wish to ask you this, that if tomorrow, let me be very blunt with you, if tomorrow, Shahid, let me ask Sanjeev, if tomorrow this particular clause, Tom and Sanjeev can come, had been in the BJP manifesto, or if this particular clause is going to be in the BJP manifesto, which is, I am told, due to come out on Monday, what would have happened in the Lutyens media? There would have been morchas, there would have been silent marches, some TV screens would have gone blank. Amit Shah wants to end the media, that would have started. Shahid says that this is because they know Congress is not going to come into power. Please tell me, if the BJP had said we will regulate the media in the way the Congress is intending to, what would have happened then? No, Shahid Siddiqui, it's a legit question. Yes, Shahid. Yes.
I'm sure, Arnab, all hell would have broken loose because last 5 years have been very interesting, to say the least. So all hell would have broken around. And to be fair, while you blame the entire Lutyens media, I have been on a show where this issue was discussed and roundly condemned day before yesterday. So some people are talking about it, and it's not that it has gone entirely unnoticed.
Both of you are
there are two things I would like to say.
Arnab, I have a very fundamental question to both of the senior journalists.
Okay, you ask the question.
Both you have to respond.
Okay.
Don't give clean sheet to Lutyens media. There are two reasons. I am telling you two reasons. For the first time in the history of India, in parliamentary democracy, a political party in its manifesto is speaking against the media, freedom of the press. You are not merely regulating, you are trying to coerce the media before being elected. And I disagree with my Sahid Siddiqui that Lutyens media is silent because they assume that Rahul Gandhi will not come to the power. This is not the question of coming to the power or not coming to the power. This is question of your mindset. He is living in the post-democratic era. Rahul Gandhi justified hereditary rule, justified dynasty outside the country, and entire Lutyens media is with Rahul Gandhi that dynasty is okay. Dynasty is essential. Now he is trying to curb the fundamental rights.
Please.
So it is not the question that whether he is coming to the power, not coming to the power. Everyone has to stand against Rahul Gandhi and manifesto.
Day and night,
you have to burn the manifesto of the Congress party.
Sound, bang, music about Lutyens media. What is Lutyens media? Acha, please allow me to come into this debate. I just have 3 points to
what
make.
What is Lutyens
One,
media?
Congress has never covered itself.
You know whom
with
I am
glory.
addressing.
As far as
a section of
forget it.
And media
hello.
is always Narendra Modi is anti-media. Narendra Modi
Sir,
is
I don't know your name.
Rakesh Sinha is a Rajya Sabha MP.
Now what Rahul Gandhi is doing?
In front of a TV. Okay.
Narendra
Mr. Sinha,
Modi has not
Mr. Sinha,
any
you yourself live very near to Lutyens.
Narendra Modi
you
has
yourself, if Lutyens media is a geographical area, you are not very far from it living in Hoskas. Okay, please allow me to speak, Mr. Sinha.
Rahul Gandhi is saying that he would curb the media. Rahul Gandhi is a pro-democratic. What is your assessment?
Mr. Sinha.
Directly condemn Rahul Gandhi, otherwise I would consider
Mr.
that
Sinha, allow everybody
all right, please
to speak.
You are standing
for going on a
emergency.
bhashan as if this is Rajya Sabha. This is not Rajya Sabha. This is not your some munch. Just allow some other people also to speak.
Don't degrade Rajya Sabha, sir. Don't degrade. If you will get the chance to come Rajya Sabha, you will run for the Rajya Sabha. What
Okay. Nothing, don't get personal.
The Lutyens media, you are trying to justify
them. Sir, I will, sir. I will, sir. I'm sorry. I will.
Okay, everyone, don't.
Who has given you right to?
Shahid Siddiqui is laughing.
I will run to Rajya Sabha, sir. I will bend over backward and crawl into Rajya Sabha. Okay, sir. That's not the point.
You are supporting
Please don't
dynasty
misunderstand me. Please don't misunderstand me. Yes,
is great, and
Rakesh
Bhai is a wonderful,
please listen to me.
Man.
Please listen to me before you jump to conclusions. And I have been going to Rajya Sabha before you went to Rajya Sabha, but from the press gallery. Okay. So now listen to me. What I am saying, sir, may actually please you, may gladden your heart. But if you have the patience, you have spoken enough. You have spoken enough, Mr. Sinha. You have spoken enough. You have made your point, I think. What I was saying is something which was supporting your cause. I was saying Congress is not a party which has crowned itself with any kind of glory as far as press freedom is concerned. Whether it was emergency, whether it was Rajiv Gandhi's attempt, whether it was an attempt to bring a private member's bill during Mr. Manmohan Singh's tenure. So Congress doesn't really have a great record. But my point is different. My point is, this manifesto clause should be read in totality by Arnab. This is one line there.
I never read anything out of context. 1 second, no, 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. No. I'll tell you one thing. I'm sorry. I'll tell you one thing. Now let me come in, gentlemen. I've been away from the debate for 6 minutes, which is the longest I have done in my entire adult career. Now please wait. Chitra Subramaniam, Sumant and Tom Wadakan are also here. Please listen to me now. Listen to me now, yaar.
Book of records,
Thank you.
Limca Book of Records.
Yes. Now listen to me.
6 minutes.
I am very worried, and all journalists should be worried. Tom Wadakan till recently was an integral part of the media department of the Congress party. The other day I called him and I said, I am the only person who can remember even your landline number by heart, because we used to call him every morning. Now the question is this, Tom, please tell the people of this country, as an insider, what the real intent out here is. Because you see, the truth, Chitra is on the debate, and I want to wish, first of all, our very dearest Chitra Subramaniam live on television, a very, very happy birthday today. It's a birthday today and the nation wishes you a happy birthday. I'm sorry if I'm embarrassing you immensely, Chitra, but we're all very proud of you and we wish you a happy birthday. That you've taken the time on your big day to be with us on TV matters a lot to all of us. So Sanjeev, Shahid, Rakesh Sinha, Tom Vadakan, Suman, the whole country wishes you happy birthday, Chitra. I would sing for you, but it would embarrass you beyond measure.
Happy birthday.
Yes, now the question is, Chitra, the issue is, before I go to Tom, actually I asked Chitra, Chitra, you are a journalist. The truth is somewhere in the detail. Point number 3, they have said we will work with the Press Council and associations of media to formulate and enforce a code of conduct on reporting. Then they have said, in situations of natural disaster, communal conflict, riots, terrorist attacks and war, in order to ensure a balance between the need to inform, need for restraint, and maintenance of national security. Now, who defines what is restraint? And who guarantees that this application of restraint will not extend tomorrow if I start reporting in detail on Ahmed Patel? Suppose the Congress party says that your reporting on Ahmed Patel, in our view, is prejudiced and biased. Who will determine what is restraint or not in a case such as that? And they have also said they intend to do it and enforce it. It's very dangerous.
Communal conflict.
No. It's communal conflict and all is all right. This is all. No.
It is very clear, Arnab.
No, absolutely not. It's not clear. No, it is not. No, it is not. Suppose you say.
Code of conduct.
Okay. Read the part above it. Read the part above it. No. Sumant, wait. Read part 1. Read part 1. In recent times, sections of the media have surrendered their freedom. Now, suppose Congress party says that, Arnab, by reporting on Ahmed Patel, you have surrendered your freedom. And therefore, suppose they say you are abusing your freedom. I'm sorry, what are you talking about? You don't know how governments operate. I know how governments operate very well. Now listen to me. I know how governments operate. Chitra, they have said we will amend the Press Council Act and we will enforce what is to be reported. In your view, when a government openly declares its intent to do that, what should we be concerned about?
So, Arnab, thank you for that most embarrassing moment in my life. I have never, ever been so embarrassed, but thanks a lot. And I think the one point that everybody is missing, I think you raised, is intent. In a court of law, intent is very important. Okay? And I don't agree with speakers before who said that nobody believes that Rahul Gandhi is going to come back. To me, all that is irrelevant. What is the intent? What was the intention behind one line or 5 paragraphs? And I think this is an absolutely clear-cut fight that the media has to fight. And let's keep all politicians away. It's our fight and we will fight. And there are 2 aspects, and the third one, but 2 critical aspects. One is statutory, the laws, and I don't see how this is going to even get past the first goalpost. It will never get past the goalpost. Because we will fight this. And I think it's appalling, absolutely appalling that Republic reporters are kept away. But, a long rope. It's the logic of the long rope. The longer rope you give, the longer they hang themselves. So, less is more. There is a question of statutory, that's very, very serious. And there was somebody who said that it was a 1988 defamation bill and they marched. The defamation bill, if I'm right, was 1989. And there's a history to this. It was closely linked to what was happening during Bofors. And I would encourage people who are listening or watching this show to go back to the debates in the parliament about what really happened and why it was withdrawn. It was not about people marching on the streets. My life was threatened.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this, my personal life was threatened with that bill. And I am placing this for the first time on record. And I will be writing about what that bill would have done to someone
me. This is
sitting
truly shocking.
All alone in Switzerland with a little child.
Well,
Yes,
this
and
is
and go back to the parliamentary debates, and I actually have paper clippings of what went on in Parliament because there was no internet. We actually had to cut paper clippings. So here it is for all those people marching on the streets of Delhi. I know what I suffered. Point number two, and this is where. Thanks. I mean, Arnab, I really want you to come in on this. Point number two is that this is the emergency, and let's not forget that this is another emergency in another form. What did the emergency show? The emergency showed, and this is the second point. One is statutory, the other one is logistics.
Yeah.
The emergency showed us that come hell or high water, the Indian media will stand up, and few people stood up, most people buckled. Okay, most people who are now standing up for freedom of information, and I'm not taking names because it's not the time to take names. It's all in public domain. They just buckled, and they're buckling today. And the same people are buckling, and it's rather astonishing, the history of buckling in India. But there's also a hilarious side to this. How are you going to impose? What are the logistics? How are you going to shut down 1.3 billion people? You cannot do it. If you couldn't do it during the emergency, when a few individuals stood up, how are you going to do this in the age of internet?
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely stupid. It's stupid beyond imagination, but I'm not going there. I'm going to and I'm encouraging viewers and readers to look at intent. The intent is extremely important,
very important,
when
very
any
important.
bill is moved.
Very important.
Okay, and the 1989 defamation bill was a threat. It threatened my life. So it's all very nice to get into paragraph 3.67 bracket caveat, but you know what? Take a ticket.
You know something, Chitra, first of all, I think you hit it spot on. Secondly, we would love to read about what happened, and I hope that you do talk one day about your experience in late 80s and early 90s. It will be instructional for all of us as journalists to read about it. I find it super ironical that the government says we will interfere in order not to interfere. Para 1 says we will amend the Press Council Act to ensure the media's independence.
Sorry to interrupt you, but who on earth is we? Who on earth are they?
Are they exactly?
Who on earth is this?
But
we. Who is this we?
I think the fact is that I'm worried about silence. I'm worried about the fact that today media is silent. You talked about the emergency. I'm raising this as a matter of protest tonight on the program. Why is the rest of the media not speaking? See, Shahid Bhai.
Absolutely.
We have our differences.
Absolutely.
We have our positions. We have our ideological differences, etc. We have our particular preferences, dislikes on issues. But who is the Congress party to say we will regulate the media so openly, and why are the media people in the capital of India not speaking about it? I'm asking you clearly.
Let me share one anecdote. I'll just share one anecdote about the Rajya Sabha debates. Arnab, let me share one anecdote.
Yeah.
And I have that press clipping with me. Rajiv Gandhi was asked in Parliament, would Chitra Subramaniam be arrested if the defamation bill would be passed? And P. Chidambaram responded, no, because her documentary evidence is solid. This is the details that I would like people to read those parliamentary debates. Read. We have an extremely good parliamentary system. Let's not blow it all up because
Arnab,
of
can I tell you something?
Shahid Bhai, should I get Tom? Okay, one word from Shahid Bhai, then I'm coming to you, Tom. Yeah. Yes, Shahid.
Just a moment. No, just I want to add something to what Chitra is saying. Agreeing with Chitra was definitely threatened, and in 1987-86, when TADA was just introduced in October, end of October, the first week of November, I was arrested under TADA for interviewing Jagdish Singh Chauhan in 1984, 2 years back.
That's what I'm saying.
Arun Nehru was the Minister of Internal Security. He wanted to teach me a lesson, and he said, "Tujhe sadak pe le aunga, bhik mangega." And I was arrested for interviewing Jagjit Singh Chauhan under Tada. Tada was misused to place me behind bars, and my life and the life of my family was definitely threatened.
Absolutely.
Definitely threatened.
Yeah,
and people like us stood against emergency, we stood against Rajiv
No, I
Gandhi,
know that,
and
but
we stand today.
No, I just feel, Shahid Bhai, see, you have seen more of this country's democracy, and both of you are far more experienced in the media than I am. I was in school when all this happened, when you are talking about, so I have no right to even intervene in the debate between both of you. But let me tell you, when we were in school, we read about Chitra Subramaniam and we wanted to be journalists. So when we find today a sense of anguish in her voice, then we empathize with it. We empathize with it. And I am just worried today that if we don't speak up today, I don't know when we will. And I am also concerned that the people who speak about freedom of expression the most, the people who speak in Delhi the most, sir, my point is, and my question is to Tom, the people who speak the most about freedom of expression are silent about this today. That is the worry. Tom, what is the intent here? Tom, what is the intent here?
I am not silent.
Arnab, if I have a minute, I'm happy that I have left the Congress party, because if this is the kind of defense I had to take, this is a suicide note, Arnab. This is fixed by the Congress party's advisors after murdering democracy. I'll tell you, the devil is in the details.
Tell us why.
It is the same minister. It is the same minister who advised Rajiv Gandhi on this issue. I can see his fingerprints all over the place. And let me tell you something more which you have not added.
Yes.
50% of today's journalists will be out of job in Delhi and all over the country. The plan of action is to fix the media, to cover up. If this is the situation, this is a suicide note, not a manifesto. This is a drafted note to ensure that the media is completely wiped out and they have their own system running. It will happen or will not happen. That is for the people, the jury is out. But let me tell you, I'm proud of the fact that I walked out at this juncture, and I don't have to defend this. I'm a happy man, Arnab, today.
No, but tell me, Tom, what is the intent? You've been an insider. Tell us more. You're saying Chidambaram's fingerprints are on this. I can also see it, and I can see the detail. You talk about... See, Chidambaram will want to ensure tomorrow that Republic TV never reports on Karti Chidambaram. I'm being clear on it. And he will therefore say, we will empower the press council, appoint our nominees, give it statutory control. So if Republic TV reports on Karti Chidambaram, we will give it 5 notices and say we'll shut down the channel. Even before the break, one non-entity who supports the Congress party asked me, if Randeep Surjewala becomes Minister for Information and Broadcasting, how will you refer to him? I said I'll still call him Rahul Gandhi's media nanny. But the question was not in my answer. I was more, people are concerned at the question asked. You saw that Chitra, that even before, and Shahid Siddiqui is saying they won't come to power, their entire intent is, as Tom saying he's been an insider, to change and turn back the clock on whatever the media has gone through and whatever voice we've got. They hate the media, I'm telling you, because had it not been for the media, then 2010 CWG would not have happened. Had it not been for the media, the Gandhi Vadra family would still have been in power. Their battle is with the media. And I want Tom to reveal more. Tom, reveal more. Tom, reveal more. Speak up. Tell us what's the intent.
Well, it is clear. You have made it very clear. There is nothing I have to add. You know the culprits.
No.
You know the culprits. You know, you have named them. Now the point here is, they have an agenda. They will operate through joint secretaries to Government of India who will walk into censor boards and run this place. And they will operate from the back door and wipe out any freedom that exists
in the media. If this is the intention, can you imagine what happens if they come to power?
It's not happening.
Yeah, Chitra.
Thankfully.
It's not happening. You know, it's not happening. It's not happening because there are people who will stand up, you know, and there will be a whole lot of people who will stand up. And I have complete faith in this. There's a whole new generation of Indians who are on social media who are going to bring the house down in less than 24 hours. So bring it on. Any government that tries to block the media, just bring it on. Bring it on and see where you go.
Yeah.
And this is an open challenge because I think there is a new India out there which is not going to take any of this crap about this joint secretary and deputy secretary and secretaries of secretaries and expert
Bring it on,
committees.
bring it on, bring it
Nobody
on.
gives.
Bring it on, bring it on. I'm so glad we've had this conversation today. It's been more a conversation than a debate. And I'm actually happy we've achieved a measure of consensus today. I'm actually delighted about it. I fight with Shahid and Sumant every day. Sumant, I'm sorry you haven't got a word in. You're watching this. You know, I think we should look at this matter in a little more detail.
No, Arnab, let me say that I agree with everyone else on this particular issue that giving any kind of punitive powers, power of taking punitive action against the media should never ever be allowed or should never ever be encouraged. Having said that, I think the issue is there are a lot of other positive things which are said there in part.
I don't need
about clearly reporting on communal riots or reporting
I don't need to learn from the government.
Certainly calls for.
I don't need to learn from the government.
Look, there is a lot of.
How to report on communal riots or act of terrorism? No, sir.
There is so much.
No, sir. I remember Anand Sharma was Information and Broadcasting Minister. No, sir. He tried to close down. He tried to close down me from broadcasting 26/11. No, sir. I called Anand Sharma. No, sir. No, sir. I don't need Anand Sharma to tell me what to report and not to report. No, sir. He knows nothing more than I do as a working journalist. He will not dare to tell me. I'm sorry, sir, I protest. That was a different India. No, sir.
Reporting of the Mumbai terrorist attack responsible?
Yes, it was responsible. What I did was responsible. I'm not responsible for what Hafiz Saeed's favorite journalist did. I am not responsible for what Hafiz Saeed's favorite journalist did. I did responsible journalism.
By the journalist bodies, the government has tell us what to do and how to do it.
Won't be possible.
We know we have done our job to the best of our ability and we are the best media in the world.
I thank you all for this debate. I thank you for the camaraderie and I hope that we will certainly follow this up extremely strongly in whichever way we can. I thank you very much and I'm delighted that you all made the time to come.